Welcome to a tale of intrigue, power struggles, and royal drama in the heart of Russia. Today, we journey back to the 18th century, a time of tumultuous transitions and shifting alliances. Our story revolves around four key figures: Ivan VI, Elizabeth Petrovna, Peter III and Catherine the Great. Ivan VI was born into a tumultuous period in Russian history. His mother, Duchess Anna Leopoldovna, was the niece of Empress Anna of Russia, and his father, Duke Anthony Ulrich of Brunswick-Lüneburg, had ties to the Russian court. Anna Leopoldovna and Anthony Ulrich had hoped that their progeny would inherit the Russian throne upon Empress Anna's death. Ivan VI's ascent to the throne was largely orchestrated by Empress Anna, who adopted him as her heir apparent just 2 months after his birth in August 1740. Upon Empress Anna's death in October 1740, Ivan VI was proclaimed Emperor of Russia, with Ernst Johann von Biron acting as regent until Ivan came of age. Ivan VI's reign was short-lived. In December 1741, Elizabeth of Russia, daughter of Peter the Great, orchestrated a coup d'état and took the throne. Ivan VI, along with his family, was imprisoned. He spent over 2 decades in various locations of imprisonment, enduring harsh conditions and strict supervision. During his captivity, Ivan VI was isolated from society and had limited interaction with others. Despite being denied formal education, he learned to read and was aware of his imperial lineage. His mental state deteriorated over time due to the solitary confinement and the uncertainty surrounding his fate. In 1764, a sub-lieutenant named Vasily Mirovich attempted to free Ivan VI from Schlisselburg. However, Ivan's guards, following strict orders, murdered him upon the attempt. His death secured Catherine II's position on the throne until her own son came of age. Ivan VI's life symbolizes the intrigue and instability of Russian politics during the 18th century. His tragic fate highlights the ruthless nature of power struggles within the Russian imperial court. Despite his brief and troubled reign, Ivan VI remains a significant figure in Russian history. Elizabeth Petrovna, born on December 29, 1709, in Kolomenskoye, Russia, Elizabeth was the daughter of Peter the Great, the towering figure who transformed Russia into a European power. But Elizabeth's path to the throne was far from straightforward. Despite being the daughter of a reigning czar, Elizabeth's future seemed uncertain. Her mother, Catherine I, was not of noble birth, which placed Elizabeth on the fringes of succession. However, fate smiled upon her when her nephew, Peter II, ascended the throne and named her as his heir presumptive. In 1741, Elizabeth seized the throne in a coup d'état, overthrowing the infant emperor Ivan VI. With her ascension, Elizabeth embarked on a reign marked by lavish courtly life, cultural flourishing, and significant territorial expansion. Elizabeth's rule saw the construction of iconic landmarks such as the Winter Palace and the Smolny Cathedral, which remain symbols of Russia's imperial grandeur to this day. She also expanded Russia's borders, adding vast territories in the Baltic region and Crimea. Known for her wit, charm, and love of extravagance, Elizabeth was a patron of the arts and a formidable political player. Despite her love for opulence, she showed a keen interest in the welfare of her subjects, implementing reforms to improve the lives of peasants and serfs. Elizabeth's reign is often overshadowed by the achievements of her predecessors and successors. However, her contributions to Russian culture, architecture, and diplomacy laid the groundwork for the empire's future greatness. As the curtains closed on her reign on December 25, 1761, Empress Elizabeth Petrovna left behind a legacy of splendor and sophistication. Though her time on the throne was relatively short, her impact on Russian history is undeniable. In the annals of Russian history, the figure of Peter III stands as a complex and enigmatic character. Born on February 21, 1728, Peter III was the son of Charles Frederick, Duke of Holstein-Gottorp, and Anna Petrovna, the daughter of Peter the Great. From a young age, Peter was groomed for the throne, destined to inherit the vast Russian Empire. Raised in the court of Empress Elizabeth Petrovna, Peter received a European education, deeply influenced by his Prussian heritage. He developed a strong admiration for Prussian culture and military traditions, which would later shape his reign as Emperor of Russia. In January 1762, Peter ascended the Russian throne upon the death of Empress Elizabeth. However, his reign was short-lived and marked by controversy. Peter's pro-Prussian policies and his disdain for Russian customs alienated him from the Russian nobility and military elite. During his brief reign, Peter III implemented several reforms, including the abolition of the secret chancellery and the introduction of religious toleration. He also sought to improve relations with Prussia, his ancestral homeland, much to the dismay of his Russian subjects. Peter's reign came to an abrupt end when he was overthrown in a coup orchestrated by his wife, Catherine the Great, in July 1762. His erratic behavior, coupled with his unpopular policies, made him vulnerable to the machinations of Catherine and her supporters. Tragically, Peter III met a grisly fate just days after being deposed. He was arrested and confined to Ropsha Palace, where he died under mysterious circumstances. Some historians speculate that he was murdered, while others attribute his death to natural causes or suicide. Though his reign was brief and overshadowed by the achievements of his successors, Peter III left a lasting legacy in Russian history. His pro-Prussian policies and military reforms laid the groundwork for future Russo-German relations, while his tragic demise serves as a cautionary tale of the perils of absolute power. Catherine the Great. Born Sophia Augusta Frederica in Stettin, Prussia, on May 2, 1729, she would rise to become one of the most powerful and influential monarchs in European history. Catherine's journey to the throne of Russia began with her marriage to Grand Duke Peter, the future Emperor Peter III. Despite her humble beginnings, Catherine was determined to carve out her own destiny, even as she navigated the treacherous waters of the Russian court. In June 1762, Catherine seized power in a coup d'état, overthrowing her husband and ascending the Russian throne as Empress Catherine II. Her reign would span over 3 decades and would be characterized by sweeping reforms, cultural enlightenment, and territorial expansion. Under Catherine's leadership, Russia experienced a period of unprecedented growth and modernization. She implemented a series of reforms aimed at improving the lives of her subjects, including the establishment of a legislative commission to draft a new legal code and the promotion of education and the arts. Catherine's ambitions were not limited to domestic affairs. She also pursued an aggressive policy of territorial expansion, annexing vast territories in the Crimea, Poland, and the Caucasus region. Her military campaigns earned her the epithet Catherine the Great and solidified Russia's status as a major European power. But Catherine's legacy extends beyond her political and military achievements. She was a patron of the arts and sciences, fostering the growth of literature, theater, and philosophy in Russia. Her enlightened ideals and intellectual curiosity earned her admiration from scholars and thinkers across Europe. As the curtains closed on her reign on November 17, 1796, Catherine the Great left behind a legacy of power, elegance, and cultural refinement. Her reign marked a golden age in Russian history and set the stage for the country's future greatness. We hope you enjoyed learning about these fascinating figures and their role in shaping the Russian monarchy. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more historical content. Thanks for watching.